the guy with Dradow. And they did okay. So we are in here, and it should be. Unfortunately, can't see Team BM's picks quite yet, but we see Zapman's team, that's Procore Gaming, is going to end up picking up a Wukong, a Guan Yu, on her Vomana in Hades. And so that's Zapman on Wukong, that's Jacob LOL on Guan Yu. Barbaric is on her, Sparks Lee on Vomana, and PCG Arena Tank is on Hades. And like I said, unfortunately cannot show the exact god selected here for BM quite yet. But a pretty good, well-rounded team here. I'm going to be interested to see who goes mid here. If you think it's going to be Hades, Vomana, or on her, I think all are pretty viable mids. And then, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with their lane comp here. This will definitely be interesting. I know Vomana was a little... was a little strong in maybe like the second month of beta. Vomana was a very good mid, especially when Agni was so popular. And so Vomana was just such a good counter pick to Vomana. Ooh, we see the Digimir. I love the Digimir skin. That is awesome. So we're going to see that from Badger. That is such a great skin. I love that one. I love the epic skins. Oh, and there was the new, I didn't see, what's her name? Kali. Okay, so I got to do my hotkeys here real quick, guys, again, so bear with me as we get those all set. Makes it easier to jump around to the action here. And so we have Young Bae is going to be playing Ra. Interesting, Young Bae usually plays on her. And so on her obviously being picked up by Barabic. Will not be able to use. And then we have Lobster on Kali, Badger is on Ymir, Spoo is on Agni, and Spoo is a very good carry for his team there. And we have Hi-Rez there on Odin. So it looks like right now they are going to be pretty basic lanes. Ooh, Odin Agni is going to be an interesting lane if that is what they end up doing, unless Agni is coming over here just to get the buff and then maybe rotating mid. But Kali's a very strong mid too, has that heal. The 2 pushes very, very well. Agni is going to be going back, so either maybe misbought something. Let me see here if you picked up anything different. No, it's just still that spear level 1. We have Barbaric or Barbaric. I'm going to say Barbaric. I think it's Barbaric. And we'll be coming over towards the Fire Giant here, and possibly an evade, which we don't see too often here anymore. Guan Yu is spotted by Odin, Odin by Guan Yu. They will be falling back. It seems like after we've had the change of the Hand of the Gods and the mites and all of those things, the invades have not been nearly as plentiful as they once were. It seemed like every game there was an invade, but now the risk reward for that is just too high. The risk towards the reward rather is too high. So they're going to end up using those Girdle of Mites. They're going to get these green buffs here and the blue buffs respectively, and each team going to be getting the 2 buffs. So a pretty traditional start here, and it looks like Ra is actually going to be in this side lane here with Ymir. I have been saying for a long time to some of my competitive teams that I think this is going to be an insanely good lane, because the heal boost that to the AP and the AD to a god with that with Ymir's passive ends up being a ridiculous amount of damage early on. So I think that's going to be very dangerous, especially with all the slows they have. Now in mid here, we do see Hades end up going mid with Kali mid, and Kali actually doing her own jungle Hand of the Gods. So we will see that Hand of the Gods, which will also help with her healing. Now with that passive, it will be who should be able to sustain a little bit more, as Hades just does so much damage early on. And a little bit of harassment coming out here. It looks like Vomana will be taken down a little bit, and he does have that blue buff. I probably would have preferred to see that on Wukong, as Wukong's harassment can be a little bit stronger, in my opinion, does a little bit more damage. And it looks like they see those bounces, and you want to be able to do that constantly, but with the blue buff on Vomana, Vomana's going to have to use his Umbrella Rain. There's the freeze. Here comes the beam. A lot of damage coming out, and the dash away from Vomana. Wukong leaping away, and unfortunately not able to get too much distance here. Going to be using the creep as a wall. They are all dead here. The creep do not turn around, as there was one more beam just missing. There's the path. Does get the slow. but doesn't get too much damage in on there. And it looks like quite possibly on the other side, Guan Yu did dash in there, but ends up going back. Vomana now will be zoning them out, I'm sure. He's actually still playing pretty passive here. I would like to see that heal come out from Ra, as it would boost the damage so significantly from the two of them early game, but I'm not sure what skills he ended up going. We know he has Beam. I'm pretty sure the slow came out there in that last fight. Kali looks like she is going to be getting another yellow buff here, which is good. So she hits 5. Hades is not 5 quite yet, and so that is a pretty good advantage here. Kali obviously has the XP advantage, sitting at 2,400 farm. Hades at 21, so getting a pretty good gold advantage so far too is Kali. And so that's a pretty good position to be in, except Hades has so much burst damage that it could turn around so quick. And Guan Yu, is in there deep. Odin, though, going to be coming in, does put a slow on him. Auto attacks are being exchanged, has to leap away, as On Her was hitting very hard. And, I'm so sorry I missed that action. Zatman is taken out. There's the freeze coming out from Ymir. The Wukong ult coming out does get the kill onto Ymir also. So it will be a 2-for-0 exchange on that far lane, which is not what you want to happen here. So good job by Zatman. I don't know if he got the double kill, but the lane got the double kill. Guan Yu now is going to be... No, I thought he might have dived there, but won't. He's going to wait that out. Probably smart, as a stun could have came out very quick, and then the burst damage from the Odin and Agni combination with the slow, and then the 2, all of that would have dropped him pretty quick. Kali is actually has gone back now, so Hades is going to have an opportunity. Wait, there's the dash. Oh, he dashes away. There's the stun. Zatman is not going to be able to... Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Zatman. That is Jacob LOL. Will not be able to follow up, really. So on the other end here, we have Ymir again, level 4. Young Bay level 4, as Sparks Lee is level 5. That is on Vomana, and so is Zatman. He's level 6 actually on the Wukong, coming mid quite possibly against this Kali, just harassing a little bit, able to get some of that solo experience as his mid was back. That's Hades going to exchange some blows here, has that yellow buff and still doing very well against this Kali. There's the heal, the 2 coming out to do a bit of damage, and it looks like Lobster will get the better of this exchange, but Hades showing up, she's going to have to fall back and ignore that. And, on the other end, I'm so sorry, Jacob LOL get taken down by the tower, and now it looks like that Barbaric is going to have to leap away, and nothing too much able to come of that. And sorry, I'm getting split here a little bit, watching the one side, and then something else happens. Looks like Vomana might be coming in here, going to be harassing this Ra a little bit, and does steal the blue, so very good steal on that blue, and will be able to stop them from getting that buff. That's a lot of experience, too, as that allowed Vomana to hit level 6, and... let's see here. It is going to be Lobster coming in here. I thought they were going to converge for sure onto Zatman there, but they decided to go back, as Agni is going to come back towards this jungle, and Kali doing a bit of damage. However, he's going to be able to dash away and decides to just go ahead and get this yellow. And wow, she dropped that quick, obviously leveling her 2, as she dropped those immediately. And now Hades going to come in here, push this wave a little bit. Kali probably going to wait for the next creep wave so she can heal up off the creep. And I just got a message. Somebody said that Beads does not go through Hades' ult anymore. So I was unaware of that, and we'll see this game if it ends up coming to be or not. Zatman coming in here. Hades does dash. There's a slow by Zatman. Uses her ult and will be able to get away, trying to get a little bit more damage into the 2 coming out to harass a little bit, but won't be able to convert there on that kill. Guan Yu very far in on this tower, and Odin does leap in. I thought for sure there was going to be the ult there from Odin to trap him on that tower as they cleaned up the creep wave. Odin deciding to hold on to it, though, for a better engagement. Vomana over here still going to be pushing that wave, and then we have Zatman here continuing to push that with Hades. And I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, there goes Hades. Does go in. She doesn't have her ult. There comes the ult from Hades. A lot of damage coming out. The Wukong ult gets the fear. They heal up. And the turnaround here. She gets 1 kill. The second kill comes out. She does not get killed at all. I thought for sure she was going down. 2 for 0 as they dive the tower. Lobster wisely healing up there, and then kites a little bit of the damage there from Wukong. Very good job. Does not just run, which is so important when you're in that Hades ult. You gotta fight it out, because you might as well do damage, and you see what happens there. You get a double kill. So amazing job by Lobster on this Kali, and that's really unfortunate here for Zapman's team Procore, as Guan Yu getting taken down very low. Agni will be able to follow up with a dash here. There's the dash, there's the stun, and will most likely get cleaned up. Oh, it's getting very close here. On her, though, dropping down the pillar, is not able to get it between to do the damage, does get the kill. However, on her gets a double kill as he cleaned up. Odin on the other side then came over, so very good job there. Ra is taken down pretty low, ends up going back, as Lobster now is, let's see, 4,900 farm is definitely the highest in the game. Will be coming over here towards Hades. Hades does get that yellow, which will help very much with that protection buff. And that is just such an unfortunate event there for the blue team, as Kali just getting that double kill really shot her farm up at 5,000 now, has finished her executioner, has Tabi level 1, and it's really just going to allow her to keep snowballing. You don't want Kali's to get big like that and continue to snowball. And is at level 11, the next in the game is blue on her at 10. So we'll see how if it ends up coming back and biting him in the butt or not, but should be a pretty good straight up fight here so far, as it is 5-4. The gold differential is only 200, which means it is extremely close, and you don't expect anything less here from such two high caliber teams. And Agni now going to be going over to get the buff, and on her pushing this in. Guan Yu might be in a little, oops, wrong button there. Guan Yu might be in a little bit of trouble. No, Kali falls back, as Guan Yu will be coming around the corner. Guan Yu has picked up a Sovereignty level 2 already, so that will be a very good item to go against this Kali. Might have some action here as Ra and Ymir coming in. There's the leap. I'm sure the ult will be coming up as Zapman gets a double fear. Vomana comes in, the 2 coming in, the 3 doing a bit of damage. There's the freeze, the follow-up. The ult just missing there by Ra. Here's the ult from Ymir, though, going to do quite a bit of damage. Almost gets a kill there on a Zapman. Zapman going to fall back, though. Good wall. Does not get the complete stop there. Vomana now coming in with the 2 hits and doing quite a bit of damage there himself. And if only they would have been able to hit that ult. There's the freeze, though. Here's the heal. A lot of damage with the follow-up. The slow coming out. There's the damage on a Zapman. The monkey does jump back and forth, gets the kill onto Ra. However, Zapman pays it for it with his own life, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange there. And Guan Yu might be diving in here now. Agni has to dash away, and there won't be too much follow-up from that, as Kali still getting those jungle buffs with that HOG, and has not gone back to base yet. Still sitting on that Tabi level 1 and the Executioner level 3. So again, just doing an amazing job there in that mid. And let's see here, we have 2 beads picked up, and other than that, not too many big pickups here. Vomana actually going hard to the lion, or high to the lion, level 3 right away. You see that finish there. So maybe worried for the physical damage coming out, and really the only one they got to worry about is Kali and Odin. Odin going high to the lion also, so very interesting there. Not sure why you get such an early high to the lion from both teams, but obviously expecting those 80 carries to do very well. Hades able to clean up that creep wave, and what is he sitting at here? He's sitting at 4,500 farm, does have the spear done, level 1 boots of reinforcement, and that's about what Ra is sitting on. And Kali again leading at 6,000 farm, 4,700 for the Agni, and is going to get the boots of the Magi there. So we'll be going for a much more aggressive build. Ymir might be catching Vomana here, not able to get a wall, but Ra will be coming in here and will be able to slow if needed. No wall coming out, they're not going to engage there, as it probably would not have been enough damage. But Zapman coming in, getting a 2 there onto Ra, will be putting in some auto attacks. The heal and the slow coming out to zone them out a little bit. Ymir coming back now on that Digimir. Again, such a great looking skin there, I love it. And unfortunately nothing much really coming of that. Kali, though, is going to be coming in here. 2 players very low. That's Guan Yu, and on her uses the 2 to get a little bit of the damage. There comes the ult. Agni gets the kill there. That is Spoo, and will be able to net at least one of the kills there. So unfortunate. I maybe should have auto-attacked a couple times and then used the 2, and they would have been able to get that second kill. Oh, but she comes in there anyways using the 1. Does not get the 2 to follow up there. But, you know, hindsight 2020. They get that kill and move on. And so it looks like she will be backing on her, is going to be able to successfully defend this tower. And it looks like everybody's going to be backing now. So I'm going to play it safe. Zapman and on her will push this back. And leaping in here to get the red. The red is already gone, Zap. I'm sorry, my brother. but gonna be falling back here. And now Vomana here on Sparks Lee is going to be sole defending this, and it looks like Ra and Ymir aren't going to be able to push it too much. Ymir actually going to be backing here at full mana and full health. Not 100% sure why he ends up going back quite yet, but probably to buy. That would be my guess, but unfortunately can't see their money. Ra's going to end up going back here too. Kali again in the middle, going to be cleaning up this creep here. Critting just under 300, so some pretty good crits here. Has Tabi level 2, Kinsblade level 2. Guan Yu is going to start warding here. Let's see what the vision looks like here for each team. Blue team has quite a bit of vision. Red team does not have much right now, so it will be interesting to see how this unfolds here if they end up doing Fire Giant here soon. Agni and Kali going to be pushing this middle lane. Might catch Zapman here out. No, they do not convert to Zapman, but they turn around on Hades, dash away, and it will not end up being a fight here. Kali still zoning, gets pinned there by on her ult coming out. There's a Sun Monkey ult, does get the fear. She's getting taken out very low in a crit there from on her to get the kill. And Kali will be taken out. Hades jumping in, does a ton of damage with his 3. So we'll push Agni back here. You see a lot of the team's players converging here in the middle now. Ward coming out, and it looked like he was trying to kill her. That was weird. I don't know if that was a bug or what, but Ra coming in here, getting a lot of damage there onto Wukong. Wukong gonna leave away. Good pin there by on her, and great wall. Hades though gonna ult. There comes the Ra ult, gonna hit on her. On her is taken out. Hades takes the ult there from Ymir. Vomana now leaping in, will knock up Ymir. Hades continuing to chase here. Might see a fear any second. Good avoidance. There are the 2 from Monkey. There's the fear, the dash. Will get the kill on Ymir. Ymir is taken out. And now Guan Yu still chasing Ra. Not able to net that kill. Agni might if he gets an ult here any second. Vomana and Hades though will zone him and won't be able to get that kill there. So that ends up being, is that end up being a 1 for 2? I think a 1 for 2 it ends up being. Is it's 8-7 here. Blue team takes the gold lead by just under 1,000. Jackson, how you doing, man? Hello. And Agni going to be cleaning up this middle creep wave here. And unfortunately for the red team, they weren't able to net more kills. Guan Yu was at maybe 100. Zapman ended up getting down to about 200 or 300. So that was a good exchange for the blue team then, when they had so many people close to dying and only losing 1. That ends up being pretty favorable. Kali here in the middle is not going to get pinned there. I heard it come out, but does not end up hitting. She will fall back as Hades and on her will be pushing back here. And let's see, it looks like the experience lead is pretty even, or the experience, we don't get exact numbers here, but we got 2 players level 14 for the red team and 1 level 10, now 1 level 15, whereas we don't have anyone level 10 on the blue team, but nobody level 15. So my guess is it's pretty even. But on her though, might be cut out here. Is gonna look around the corner, ends up falling back. Will not engage there. Just decides to fall back. Hades is there, and Hades does have his ult on her, using his pillar to slow. Will be pushing back the red team as they rotate over towards Hades, maybe looking for some jungle buffs or anything. And there's a ward that dropped, so they will get this counter ward here onto gold. Let's see here. Blue team does see them, I'm pretty sure. They should know they are there. So we should see an engagement here any second. Agni going to use his ults to harass a little bit. Blue team still sitting at mostly full health. Here comes Wukong. Was planning on maybe going around. Odin ends up going in there, gets a slow onto 3 of them. Decides to back out, does not ult. The umbrella ring is avoided. There's a stun onto Vomana. Not too much follow-up, as you don't want to really go on the tank there. End up blowing too much of your damage too early, and it doesn't net you enough, as the, their main damage dealers are still alive. So a little bit of a standoff here, as nobody wants to fully commit. It looks like red team might be swooping around. Kali maybe going to try to get behind, but Hades is there. There goes the 2 to push it a little bit. But it's just pretty much a standoff here. One of them's gonna have to commit any second here. We'll see a team fight, I'm sure. They're not gonna let this gold harpy go unchecked, and they've committed to gold. They can't just leave and hope that the other team doesn't do it. There's going to be a team fight here regardless. We just don't know when. Oh, there's the wall. Does get the wall there onto, who is that in the blue? That's Vomana. Vomana end up ulting to regen. Guan Yu now ulting, doing a little bit of damage. Ymir's going to ult. Ra ults and does a ton of damage there to the enemy team, but going to be pretty much a wash as no one is taken out. Zapman digging down very low. Odin does get a slow onto him. There's the ult. As he doesn't have a leap, Odin is able to net that kill. And now on her, taken down pretty low. Kali going to be chasing out here. Spoo and Ra are both low for their respective teams. Are going to be back towards their tower. And it looks like only Zapman is going to be the death there. So not too much coming of that fight. Odin actually getting chased out here. And Hi-Rez is going to be able to get out of there. Guan Yu will be able to get out, yes. And now, yeah, it ends up being really just that one death. So let's see if the team ends up going back towards gold. It doesn't look like they will. Agni is there, however, will not be following it up too much as with the rest of the team. So we'll just be falling back. Vomana going to be pushing this lane a little bit. And ends up being a wash. So interesting team fight. There was quite the collision. However, nothing really ends up coming of that. Just a one kill there onto Zapman. So the gold differential still stays around 1,000 for the blue team. They are up 9-8. Red team really wanting that gold. And now blue team setting up here. Barbaric is here. Barbaric will be waiting as the rest of his team is showing up. And does red team see this? Red team does not see it. So really unfortunate there for red team. Agni, though, coming over will be checking. That is a good god to have if you want to just kind of randomly steal Gold Harpy. And Kali's there too. There comes the stun. The Ra heal is down. So we might see another clash here. There's the monkey ult. Going to hit 3 players on her, following up with his ult. Agni getting taken down very low. Will be able to get out most likely. No, Guan Yu chases him. Does get the kill. Guan Yu coming in now with his ult. Is able to get 2 hits there onto Ra. And Kali using her ult to try to get out of there. Ymir taking a bit of damage here. Hades comes in. And does he still have his ult? I think he does. Doesn't end up using it. Will be chasing. There it is. Doing a lot of damage there. Does get the kill. She tries to heal up off Ymir. Also taken out here. Odin now coming in. Does use his slow. Zapman able to get away. Turns around to do a bit of damage. Good pin there by on her. And now a lot of damage as the Girdle of Might comes out. And they end up getting a deicide without losing a single player. Look at Zapman's health there. He will fall back. And his team, I think, ended up getting gold too. And so 5 gods dead and gold. Bring the gold differential up to 4,000. So very good job there by Zapman. That is Procore Gaming. And so an amazing turn of events there on that fight. Guan Yu going to take the tower here a little bit as Vomana will put in a little bit of damage. They fall back, clean up the creep wave, heal up, and they will be able to get this tower now. Again, extending that gold lead probably close to 5,000. And so, oh man, that was just such a good team fight. Guan Yu holding on to his ult for a while was really smart, actually. He dashed in, used his 3, was able to tank a bit of damage, and then used his ult there to kind of chase any of the people trying to escape, and so no one was able to get out of there. Agni now doing a bit of warding, it looks like. I don't see it quite yet. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to click onto Agni, but can't. My apologies. And let me check here, see what the vision looks like. Blue team does not have a whole lot of vision. Pretty much just a creep, and then that one ward kind of up to the left there. And red team does have quite a bit of vision. However, they don't have anything super aggressive as of yet. So we'll see how this ends up unfolding. Again, BM unfortunately did not win that last team fight. Is down by 5,000 gold. So Spoo is going to be... No, he's not going to be. That's going to be Kali, who's being played by Lobster, will be the lead farmer in the game still at 8,600. Has finished the Kinsblade, sitting on level 2 Tabi. And trying to click onto her again, can't get it quite yet. And let me see here if we have any other notable pickups. Ra is starting the Gem of ISO. And Odin actually picking up an Executioner, so going a bit of a damage build, possibly. And Hades starting a Sovereignty. Interesting pickup since Guan Yu already has a Sovereignty done. I don't believe that those auras stack. So, Vomana picking up a... geez, what is it called? My brain is completely farting here. Mystical Mark. Level 3 already, so has the Lion and Mystical Mark. So is really worried about this Kali and Odin. Odin starting his Kinsblade will be committing most likely then to that damage build. So I guess that makes sense. They have Ymir. Ymir starting his Sovereignty. And as nothing else really standing out. Wukong actually has finished the Void Blade there. You see the Void Blade finished? And I wish I could see how many stacks were on that Heartseeker right now. because that would be so important to know. Zapman with the speed and red buff looks like he was going to try to come around on the enemy team, but ends up not making a move as of yet. And might have a collision over here by Fire Giant, quite possibly. Guan Yu with that green buff is going to spout out. I was going to say spout out. Is going to spot out a couple of the red team here. And again, oh, there goes the ult from Wukong, putting a ton of damage into Kali. Kali taken out right away. Agni not able to stun in time, and will be getting chased out here a little bit. The silence from Hades onto this Agni. There's the heal from Ra. The 2 from Wukong doing quite a bit of damage. And I'm guessing Wukong has quite a few stacks here as Kali drops so quick. That's a great pick off there. Vamana getting stunned. Isn't worrying too much about that. Odin now zoning things out a little bit. Thought he might go for an ult, but again, that's going to be 4 versus 5. Odin cleaning up that creep wave with Ra, and on her, not able to hit any auto attacks. Thought he might go for a pin there. There's the pin. Couple auto attacks. You saw the crit there, taking down a good chunk of the life. Couple more auto attacks. Odin now showing up. And the majority of the team now is in this Fire Giant. Fire Giant, the heal drops. Ymir is in there. Thought he might use his ult. The lava coming out doing a lot of damage. There's a Hades ult on her ult coming out. Tons of damage coming out. All players dead again for Team BM. Nobody left. And that is going to be a GG coming out here from BM as Team Procore gets the victory after back-to-back genocides, or deicides, I'm sorry. And then it was going to be a Fire Giant kill there. So very good job. And let's see if they're going to do another one. And we'll see here.